Howdy folks, my name's Darren from ASCII Scale Models, and today we're going to be starting a new kit today. It's the 1/48 scale by Tamiya Grumman F4F-4 Wildcat. Let's do this. Okay, the first step of the aircraft, it will require you to prep the fuselage halves and they'll be ready for paint. And I test fit these parts, they go together really well. Gives you a rough idea. It's quite a small plane. Like I say, we've looked at this before, but the detail's really good. So you have to be careful of sanding off the sprue parts so you don't damage the segments. They require it to be US interior green, which is known as chrome zincate, I think how you pronounce it, which is just a colour I have by Mr. Hobby. The US interior for Army and Navy colour. This is, like I say, it's the chrome zinc mate, I think how you pronounce it. What that means is it's got some kind of substance in it which stops mould growth happening. That's why it's that weird green colour. So we're going to go ahead and paint these segments green now. Okay, I've gone ahead and painted the interior green now. Got to let this dry and it'll be ready for painting the detail parts. Okay, these segments make up the rest of the cockpit. You've got your cockpit floor, your seat, the back of the pilot, instrument panel, foot pedals, more instrument panels at the side of the aircraft, your flight stick, and more trim for landing gear and stuff. We're going to put this together now and paint it. Okay, these segments have all finished now in the green colour, interior green. I'm going to start ahead and doing the black detail parts. I'm going to do this off camera because there's a load of fine details and I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. Okay, I've gone ahead and painted out the detail parts. Like the brown bit on the back of the seat, some of the black parts are all painted. And I've got to do all the dry brushing with the silver to highlight sections and chipping with the silver, so it'd be parts that are all scratched up and stuff. So there'd be like chipping on the actual base of the floor of the cockpit floor of wear. I'm going to do this and I'll show you what it looks like once it's all put together as well. Okay guys, this is the finished cockpit. This is basically how I'm going to leave it. This is the best I can get and the best I can do with what you get within the kit. So if you can kind of see, I've done dry brushing over the dials and stuff, a little bit of chipping on the floor. It's come up reasonably well. As I say, that's kind of what you get with the kit. There's not a lot else I could do really. My next step is to fit this to the fuselage halves and start on the actual rest of the aircraft now. Okay, these three sections make up the strengthening near the firewall and near the landing gear. I'm not quite sure what they are, but in instructions it's this segment here and then it's that segment here. So as I say, I'm not quite sure what they are. Okay, I've gone ahead and put this together. I tried doing this on camera, but it's so fiddly and I ended up getting my hands in the way, so I've just gone ahead and done it off camera. So this is that structural part I was on about, which I'm still not quite sure what it is actually for, but this has got to be dry. This segment has got to be painted in the Grumman grey now, and it's going to be weathered and dry brushed, and the chains have got to be done in a black, and I'm going to put some like oil stains and stuff on the in here. It's going to be a little bit grimy, but this is that segment. Show you what it looks like when it's painted. Howdy folks, well I've just come across some dry fitting issues, and I've just come across a section that they don't recommend, or they didn't say in instructions. This section over here is going to be visible when you look inside the aircraft from underneath the landing gear, and they recommend inside here you paint this section the Grumman grey or the white. Come across by putting this in, and then if you do actually going to look up inside the landing gear, you're going to see that segment, but in the instructions this segment they do not say anything about painting it. They just say about painting the inside bit here green, but this bit they don't recommend you paint at all. So I'm going to have to somehow mask this off and paint this in the Grumman grey. So just be warned, if you've got this kit, you might want to paint that section before gluing it together. Okay, I've gone ahead and done the grey colour. Don't know if you can really see it on camera, but it's quite similar to the plastic. But also I've done it inside the this section. Started to paint up the cogs, and it still needs to be weathered and washed and stuff, and dry brushing. And there's the section that I was on about that doesn't say about this segment needed to be painted in Grumman grey. So it's all masked off and done now. When you look up the wheel well, you're going to see it. Okay, I've gone ahead and clear coated all this so it's nice and shiny. It's ready for protection. This has all been clear coated, and a little bit of weathering, which is Tamiya's panel line, which you can see is making a little bit grimier inside. A little bit of panel line inside the cockpit, and it's been clear coated for protection. It's ready to drop this inside. This goes in here. Pretty good fit for Tamiya. There's no issues. Tamiya's kits are pretty good. So there you go guys, that's pretty much it. Just going to glue this into place now. Okay, these segments make up the engine and propeller system. Obviously the propeller's already put together. Okay, there's the engine, it's all complete. It's got a little bit of a wash. That's going to be ready to go into the engine housing, and that'll be what I'm going to do for the engine. Okay, we're going to go ahead and dry fit, sorry, the wings. Seem pretty good. Potentially this will, yeah, wings will go in like, obviously use clamps, but they will go here. A little bit of seamage may have to take care of down there, but we're going to go ahead and fit these wings now. Okay, the next step will be painting inside the housing of the engine cowling, the Grumman grey, and it'll be ready for mounting to the aircraft. Okay, these segments here make up the landing gear. I'm going to put these together and show you what it looks like, and then it'll be ready for paint. Okay, the landing gear is all put together now. Just going to let this sit and dry, and it'll be ready for paint. Okay, I've gone ahead and painted these segments. These are the inserts for the wheels. They're done in the grey. The wheels are all ready to go, and the inserts are ready to be put in. As I say, We looked at the engine, was already done. The landing gear is already painted. Just got to wait for this black segment to dry. It's ready to go in. Drop tanks are all ready for paint. They'll be the same colour as the underside of the aircraft. The propellers painted in black. Just got to do the yellow tips and silver centerpiece in silver. Nose cone is ready for paint on the outside. The inside's already done in the grey colour. And also, here's the aircraft almost pretty much put together. There's inside the landing bay segment. This is all ready for the landing gear, nose cone and whatever. I've left the tail segment off because I'm going to do the one with stripes. So what I'm going to do is paint the stripes and then I can slot that in. Which is this one here. You can get these as decals, but I'm going to paint them on. So that's where we're currently at so far. We'll show you some more once it's put together. Okay guys, I mentioned this piece is going to be separate. I'm going to paint this separately because it's going to be stripes, and then once it's painted, it just slots in here really nicely. Such a good fit. The Tamiya's kits are pretty good, no fit issues. Okay folks, I've gone ahead and painted the tail its stripe colours. It's come out really well. If I can paint as much as possible on the aircraft, that's what I like to do. Try not to use the decal so much. This segment here has got to be painted in the blue colour. But this is how the stripes have come out. If I can flip this over and show you. Again, on the other side. It's got to let this settle and dry. Do that triangle piece, like I mentioned, in blue, and it'll be ready to fit to the aircraft. Okay folks, I went to go and spray the white, and I was filming it and it messed up, and then I realised the one I'm doing is the wrong colour. It should be the grey. So I've had to go back over with the grey, and I also realised I've got AK paint, so I've decided to switch to AK. This is the navy grey colour by AK, which is this one here. The top of the aircraft is going to be the blue grey colour. AK paints are really good. These sprays come out pretty reasonable and are pretty good, I think, in my opinion. Once I've done the blue, I will show you what the blue looks like. The one I also doing is this one here. This is the one I'm doing. The one for insignia white is for, this is the one that gets painted insignia white, and then it's got a bluish grey side and then a darkish blue on top. That's the one I was going to do, but then I realised I wanted to do the older version, so I've had to do the correct colour under the bottom, which is the grey now. Like I mentioned, as soon as I've done the blue, I will show you what the blue looks like. Okay, I've gone ahead and painted the upper colour now, which is the blue grey by AK, which is the navy blue grey colour for this aircraft. The side of the aircraft hasn't got a hard line. It's like I've done it just straight with airbrush. It's like a feathered technique. The separation between the grey and blue is not hard. Like you can see here, it's a feathered technique, so you just spray with the airbrush slowly. I find with these AK paints as well, you fit them down enough and you don't get no splatter. They come out silky smooth. It's good paints. So this is the underside, and then back to the top of the aircraft. So it's a light grey and blue grey on top. Okay folks, I've just gone ahead and finished clear coating. Now it's ready for decaling. Okay guys and girls, the aircraft's all finished now. I had a slight issue with the decals, that was my fault by messing them up. It wasn't the decal's fault. I had a little bit of paint issue again as well, that was my fault by rushing it. But I've managed to sort it out. A little bit of chipping around the wings. Use a flory wash all over, a little bit of chipping on propeller. As I say, the stripes have been painted. The aircraft's come out reasonable, a little bit of smoke for the guns. It isn't the best build I've done, but I like it, comes out reasonable. This is the bottom of the aircraft. I've done better work than this before, but this is the best I can do with this kit. The kit's okay, quite detailed. I do recommend the kit, it's alright, it's good. So this is my F4F. It was based on an aircraft carrier Ranger. I thought it was to do with Medway, but it wasn't. And this is my take on the F4F. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you later.